Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about solving systems using inverse matrices. How does it work? To solve a system, we got to set up three matrices. Here's what they look like. I'm going to have X as my variable matrix. A is my coefficient matrix. And B is going to be my answer matrix. Okay, it's going to be my answer matrix. Okay, and the solution to solve, I'm going to take A inverse times B is equal to my answer matrix, my answer. Okay, what does it look like? Let's set it up here. For this one here, A, matrix A is my coefficient matrix, so it's going to be 3, -2, -1, 1. Okay. B is going to be my answer matrix. It's going to be equal to 0, 5. And my X matrix is equal to my two variables, so X, Y. Okay, X, Y, my two variables. And so when I do A inverse times B, I should get X and Y spit out. So the answer is going to be the matrix that's spit out, X comma Y, after I do the inverse of A times B. Well, of course, we have to have A has to have an inverse, so A must have an inverse. So A must have an inverse, so the determinant of A can't equal 0. And what I can do is I can put this into my calculator. So I can use my calc. For the case of A, I could obviously find the determinant, so I could do 1 over the determinant, switch my matrix around, make my negatives, and find my inverse and multiply it by B. But for the purposes of this, we're going to use the calculator. And when I do A inverse times B, it's going to be equal to my answer matrix. And when I do all that, I plug in my matrices, find out what's going on. I get this matrix on the other side. (10, 15). So my answer is 10, 15. That is where they intersect. I can plug that back in, and I can see that 3 times 10 minus 2 times 15 is 0, and -10 plus 15 is equal to 5. So my solution makes sense. Okay, so solving with inverse matrices involves us setting up a matrix for the coefficients, setting up a matrix for the answers, and using the inverse to multiply, granted that there is an inverse. Okay, and so what's the process? Solving using inverse matrices, defining A, which is equal to 3, -3, 6, and B is going to be all of my answers, so I can just set it up simultaneously. 20, now notice, my answer matrix is going to be tall, so row, row, row. And this is going to be 1, -3, and 10. And this is going to be -1, 3, and -5. My other answers, so these are my answers here, they go into B. 20, 40, 30. And so when I put that into my calculator, I've already put it in. You can pause here and put it in. But we're going to find A inverse B. And it's going to be equal to 18, 39.3 repeating, and nope, 18, 39.3, and 14. So I've got X, Y, and Z. My ordered triple would be 18, 39.3, and 14 is my ordered triple. And that's my answer, guys. That's as simple as it is. And so I might ask you on a quiz or a test to find the inverse by hand of A, if it's a 2 by 2, and then multiply it by B by hand, and you can find your solution. You can obviously check it by plugging back in. Or I might ask you to use your calculator, or I might just say solve using inverse matrices and show me the coefficient matrix or the answer matrix, those sorts of things. Okay? Try this one. When you get done, your answer should be -2, -5, -7. So see if you can set up your coefficient matrix and your answer matrix in your calculator, and that should be your answer when you get done. That's all there is to it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.